Welcome back. Okay, so now we have two intersecting lines. Intersecting lines, we're going to see this in just a second, create what are called vertical angles. This green angle here and this blue angle, those are vertical angles. These angles are also vertical angles. This pink angle and this angle over here that's not marked. Vertical angles are congruent. They're the same measure. So you'll find if this angle is 121, then this one is 121. How are we going to figure out what's the measure of that pink angle? Maddie?
Do you want the answer, like how to get the?
Both.
Well, the answer is 59.
59.
You get the answer by subtracting 121 by 180.
Because this is a straight line. So those two angles are supplementary. So they've got to add up to 180. So to figure out the unknown angle, we subtract 121 from 180. So those two angles are 180. Those two angles are 180. These two angles are 180. Every straight line is going to make 180 degrees. Okay, so now I'm going to we did all that. So now let's go ahead and click on the angle to reveal each measure. So we'll start with one. They're giving us one, it's 42 degrees. Can I click on another one? Oh yeah, reveal another. Click on that one. All right, so I just revealed two of my angles. One angle is 42, that's 138. You should be able to figure out the other two. I'll give you 10 seconds, go. Okay, now check your work. We just learned about vertical angles. These two angles, congruent, they're called vertical angles. These two angles, congruent, vertical angles. These two angles right next to each other add up to 180 degrees, those are supplementary. This is also a great time to talk about another term that's called a linear pair. A linear pair of angles are right next to each other. They're adjacent. So they share a vertex and a side. They have it in common. They're right next to each other. And a linear pair also makes a straight angle, 180 degrees. So, what's on my board here? Good. I like to use 120 and 60. 120 and 60. These angles are supplementary and they're a linear pair. Now I'm going to make two angles that are supplementary, but they're not a linear pair. These two angles here are supplementary, but they do not share a side and a vertex, so they are not a linear pair. So just because angles are supplementary doesn't mean that they're going to be right next to each other. They're not necessarily going to be a linear pair. That's another word you need to know. There's a lot of vocabulary in geometry, a lot. I think I'm almost finished with this lesson. Oh, concave and convex. We're going to do that in a different video.